Question: do you believe that where the mind goes, everything else follows? Back in a minute. Hi, this is Jan from New York City. My channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. How's everybody doing today? If you are brand new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are a veteran here, sincere and humble, thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you just dropped by to say hello, hello, hope one day you decide to stick around. Thank you so much for your thumbs up and sharing this video. You know, I truly do believe that where the mind goes, everything else follows. And if your mind is in a negative position, negative trajectory will follow. And so too in business and in acquiring savings and in anything else that means a lot to you as a person. So it's really important to keep as positive, realistic, but positive as you can. There are 7 thoughts that I believe need to be dismissed. We'll get started with the first one. Thought number 1, that you are incapable of handling your personal finances. You know, Rome was not built in a day. I didn't wake up one day knowing what to do with financials. In fact, I was kind of reckless at it at one point, to be honest with you. But then when I became a single mother back in the 1980s and a school teacher in a private school, and trust me, New York City private school teachers do not make that much money. It was a challenge, but I learned a lot from that challenge, and I do not regret one moment of it in time. I wasn't born knowing about money. No, not at all. But if someone were to say to me, you'll never learn, that is like just so not fair. If you've ever heard anybody say that to you, wash that thought out of your brain. Do not let it sit in your brain at all whatsoever. We are all capable of handling our own personal finances. Some may take a little longer than others. Some may need to study more videos. Some never had the background or parents talking about money, because some people feel that talking about money in front of their kids is taboo, whatever. But I do believe it should be taught in school for that reason, because there's so many variations at home. The thing is this: it is not something that you should keep in your mind. You should not walk around with the attitude, I'm incapable, so-and-so says I'm incapable, so therefore I believe it. Don't do that. Wash that out of your brain. Next, that bad situations or hard times are your forever place. I know that I have said this more than once, so I'll say it again, and I really don't mind saying it again, because it's true. Keep in mind, there are new people here who may have never seen my prior videos. This is important. If you are currently in a negative situation, a bad situation, even bad times, trust me on this, do not last forever. Bad times, hard times, extremely challenging times, can I tell you something? They are not your forever place. They are not. And you have the power to help make it better, because we were all given that power. It is in us. We have to just grab it and use it. Get information, view other videos, ask questions. We live in an age and in a time where information is at our fingertips. Not like back in the olden days when you had to go to a library, hopefully find the right book. You know where I'm going with this. The information is there, and it is there for the taking. Just take it. Next, suppose you want to start a business and you're getting business brainstorm ideas and you're super stoked and super excited. You have either a great message or a fabulous service idea or a book you want to write or whatever, some idea that you have. And of course, there's that 1 or 2 naysayers that come right, that'll never take off. Don't mind that, because how will you ever know unless you try? And if you base everything based on other people's opinions all the time, you're never going to go forward. You have to determine to take that chance despite a naysayer or 2, because for all you know, your business idea may be so wonderfully unique. And if you don't try it out, how will you know? So don't stop yourself from trying, because I will always say it, trying is succeeding. So if you have a business brainstorm idea, check it out, do it. What can it hurt? Do it. Next, that your past mistakes determine you, whom you are as a person, as an individual. So let's say that you didn't have the greatest past for whatever the reason. No judgment here. No one is perfect. Only God is perfect. No human being is perfect. No human being is perfect. Only God is perfect. This is my personal belief. Okay? Now, having said that, past mistakes should never define you as a human being. Everybody makes mistakes. The trick is, in my opinion, if we learn something from these mistakes, did we get something out of those mistakes? And you could look back and then you could dust yourself off and try again. And it is okay to dust yourself off more than once. Let's suppose somebody said, but you tried that already. So what? You try again. And if it doesn't work out again, guess what? Try it again. Try it again and again and again. And if at first you don't succeed, you remember that old statement, huh? Try again. Staying stuck in the past, by the way, is never good because we as human beings, believe it or not, we are constantly evolving. I even see changes in the way I, for example, put out a video, or anyone else that's a content creator. Let's look at our first 100 videos and say, wow, such a different agenda or whatever. Maybe this needed tweaking or what. This is just proof on film that people, human beings, evolve. Also, circumstances change. What might have been relevant to me 3.5 years ago is not maybe necessarily so relevant now. And what may be totally relevant to me right at this moment in time may not have meant anything 3.5 years ago. We are constantly evolving. We are constantly changing. We should never remain stuck in the past. And by the way, it's technically impossible to be stuck in the past. I started this video and I'm looking at my timer about 7 minutes ago. Would you believe that even from the time I started this video and even at the time that you started viewing this video, that is now 7 minutes ago. That is the past. It is a recent past, but it is still the past. You can't stay stuck in the past. Notice how we move forward. Just saying. That's a tiny example. Time is going to go on no matter what you do. So what choices you make, think about that. The time is still going to go on. Next, that you are too old to do things. No, you're not too old to do things. Don't let your age deter you from doing things. Even if you're physically challenged, if you have a message to share and you are physically challenged, you will find a way to get that message across. Everyone is different. Everyone's situation is different. But don't use age as sort of a crutch or an excuse, because if there's that part of you that wants to still be creative, please go for it. The only time we can't be creative is when we're not here anymore. So up until that last moment of time here in this world, if you want to remain creative, be creative. That's what we were designed to do, to be creative and to help others. If this is what you want to do, I say go for it. Just saying. That you could never save money. Well, this channel and a gazillion others on this platform will prove that wrong. Even if you're older and you never started, I don't care if you start with $1 today. That is still $1 more in savings than you had yesterday. Start small, be consistent. This is my message always. Start small, be consistent. Do not beat yourself up in the past. Oh, I should have done this sooner. We all have regrets. This is life, and sometimes we make mistakes. But this is a new day. So while you're watching it, say to yourself, you know what? I want to save. I'm going to save. I don't feel like spending money today. I'm not going to let everybody influence me to do things I don't feel like doing just to make someone else happy when you need to make yourself happy. It is important to also make yourself happy. Yes, it is important to be nice and kind to others. But sometimes you have to say, you know what? It's okay if I save today. Give yourself permission to save or to not spend. Even if you have to turn down someone that may be inviting you somewhere, you might just have to say a polite no. Well, not today, but maybe we could do this another day in the future. Keep hope alive always. And aim for that day. But if right now you have savings goals, then you really have to rethink all of it for real, for true. Let me see. That good looks mean everything. Unfortunately, we seem to be in a society that kind of like judges people by their so-called beautiful appearance. I'm the type that I believe that beauty is in the eyes of the beholder and beauty comes from deep within. If somebody happens to be physically attractive, very nice. That's nice. That's the frosting on the cake. However, for me personally, I love people for their hearts. And when a person has a good heart, it sort of shines out everything else. And even the imperfections that that person may physically have vanished. Who cares about that? I don't care about that. Do not determine your self value by gauging yourself to look like a certain look in your mind that you believe you need to be, which is ridiculous. It's like putting yourself in a prison. On a humorous note, did you ever walk in the street and you see somebody walking ahead of you and their hair looks like it's 25 years old, but then they turn around and look at you, you clearly see that the rest of it doesn't match. Okay. So it's sort of like a visual disconnect. But I judge people by their character. And that's the way you really should consider yourself. Yes, if you feel better doing certain things to make you feel better about yourself, that's totally okay too. But I think, in my personal opinion, there's just too much emphasis on the frosting and not enough emphasis on the cake. Just saying, just saying. Well, anyway, get all these negative thoughts out of your mind because they could actually affect your financials. They really, really could. And more importantly, they could just really affect how you feel as a person. Just saying, just saying. Well, anyway, that's it for today. Thank you so much for your time. I'm going to attempt to close out the show. Let's see what happens this time. It'll be fun. Okay, so what do I have here that I could work with? Oh, before I forget, like I always say, in the meantime, this has been Jan from New York City. Thank you so much for viewing. Why? Because I really do appreciate you. Don't forget to come back in the future, meaning tomorrow morning at 5 a.m., because I am on Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. Eastern Time. There you go. Have an amazing, fantastic day. I'll be right back. Have a great day, everybody. Take good care. Bye-bye.